All right. What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Happy Friday. Happy Friday. We are on WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM. Be a voice with Wisconsin Voices Radio. I am live with some cool people in here. Everybody smooth this morning. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
It's good to see you. Joe, Debo, Garvey. What's going on, my brother?
It's Friday.
Yes, we made it, man. We had a busy week on the low again.
I feel like I haven't even hardly seen you at all this week. I
Hey.
mean, we've just been bouncing back and forth and all over the place. So, yeah.
Man. I would say that this week really, building up to the busy event season and getting into busy event season, you'll see a lot of action being made, and you'll see a lot of people coming through to show some love and really get involved with what we got going on and partner with other people that we work with. So me just telling you, just being a guy that was put on like out the gate, the way Tamika threw me in, and the way Nicole had me active, and the way Latoya accepted me, and the way Tim let me in, and I thought it was it was a good way to really get you started when it comes to organizing versus just kind of sitting through like some training
videos, those exciting training videos that every employer wants to make you watch.
Right, the training 101, organizing 101. I don't even think I would have got the right experience if I would have did it the way I'm doing it, going to visit and meet with organizations across our beautiful city, and then going to meet with folks across the country and work with folks across the country. That's been a fun way and a way to show my natural skill coming into that, and then learning so much from the inside from my own organization at Wisconsin Voices. It's been fun. So
we had an exciting day yesterday.
We did.
Tell them about that.
Yeah, I want to recap that. And I want you to talk about it too from your point of view. So yesterday we went to the Black Advocacy Day at the Capitol. That they do February 29th. Of course, it's an event that highlights some of your local stars when it comes to organizing and politicians and individuals who work in other sectors in the community, and of course statewide and local. Some of the people that we work with are partners, and that do some of the sessions, and then you have, of course, individuals who are state officials and people that might work with the state officials pretty close. So I do like that, you get a little taste of all variations, varieties, or whatever when it comes to, showing how serious it is and how important it is to look out for our community, not, just Milwaukee County, but all the way up to Superior and in between. So
Right. And it was just such a neat experience to be around so many people that were championing the same cause, as we do day in and day out at Wisconsin Voices. So it was a unique experience for me.
How was it for you, Joe?
My very first visit to the Wisconsin State House. Absolutely beautiful facility there. If anyone ever is in Madison and gets a chance to go and just kind of walk through and look at the different pieces of history that are throughout that building. It was unique and amazing. Getting to meet so many great people, like you said, not just from Wisconsin, but the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, and a state representative from Pennsylvania. They were both great speakers, and just to fellowship and gather around and talk and network with other champions of our cause as well. So it was great.
Yeah. I think that right there, just seeing it firsthand, and just, it motivates, young people that we work with and people that we will be working with in the future, we're going to have individuals that are coming through our programs, and our Wisconsin Voices Youth Program, which if you are interested, contact us and let us know about any potential youth that you may want to have work with us. If you feel like they need to be pulled in a little bit, anybody between 14 to 22 we at right now, Latoya? 24, 14 to 24 right now. If it's anybody you feel that you want to, tap in with us or should tap in with us so I can learn a little more about civic engagement and, healthy well-being and, knowing your rights in the community and, being able to woo outside of their own circles, you can let us know. Go to wisconsinvoices.org. You can email us at press@wisconsinvoices.org. You'll have that opportunity to, get that extra love to them, and they'll definitely get it from me because, my background with working with youth, you just, overall, over time, even though I'm not a parent yet, you get that natural instinct to, really support these young men and young women and do whatever you can to really show them another view, even if it's just the smallest thing, like, this is the proper way of, handling yourself on a hygiene level, or this is a proper way of talking to an employer. There's so many options and so many ways that we can help them, in a positive way. So
that's our next generation of leaders that we're bringing up. So those are the next leaders in our community, on the state level, city level. So it's really important work.
Yeah, it is. It is. So that ended a little later than it was expected, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. That happens. And I'm gonna shout out, and that's why we're gonna bring her in, because we gotta let everybody know that my lovely supervisor, she did her thing yesterday. She got up there and represented for Wisconsin Voices and did the advocacy training in one of the rooms. Actually, it was a hearing room, and be exact, because I like specifics. It was the North Hearing Room. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. That building was constructed in, like, was it 1917 or 1817? One of them 17. Either way, is old. You know what I'm saying?
They don't build them like that anymore.
And she was able to do her thing in that building. And that's a piece of history for herself. She can tell her grandkids, who right now don't understand it, but Granny got up there, parents, or I say her parents, but her kids understand it. She got up there and spoke about advocacy to people, and they was engaged. And I think that from her point of view, she could tell us that she had a good time. Go ahead and tell us how it was, Tori.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. It was a very wholesome conversation, and it was a much needed conversation about advocacy, because advocacy have a lot of parts, and people deal with it on a daily basis. And you're dealing with politics when you're dealing with advocacy. And that conversation was very, very wholesome, very engaging. And it wasn't just a conversation. Well, it was a conversation where people were engaged, and they were replying back and asking questions and enthused. And we seen them all throughout the day, me and Brian. And they was just
They was showing love all day. You was getting the love. He said what he said. Beautiful African people from Milwaukee. I was like, shout out to that young man over there. He said from Urban League, I think he said, or you work with Urban League.
Working with Urban League.
Cool guy. Yeah, you did a great job. I think you got up there and explained from different levels, and you went deeper than I was expecting with some of those ways to bring the people
awareness.
in and awareness, right? Yeah, the awareness. Also, that was
to
first,
issues.
Right? Yep. And then also you went to the real spiel when it comes to speaking about breaking down the silos.
Yeah.
Like I'm always promote breaking down the silos, because I thought that was important even when I was in corporate working for workforce development. I want to know what's going on, how my numbers looking in QA. So I want to know what the training numbers looking like, how many people coming through the program that I work with, getting jobs, whatever the case may be. Or I got to be able to talk to the case manager. So if I can't flow and talk to the case managers, QA, or if it's certain supervisors you don't want me to talk to because y'all like to keep it in them silos so much, and it's in a smaller environment, it's not like it was even harder in those environments because you were working in the same office
and were competing with each other.
Exactly. And you was in silos. So not only are you competing with each other, you're in the silos with these individuals because they want it ran a certain way. But it can be harder to reel people in the organizing, because think about it now, we're physically all across the city, and we still trying to bring people in. So you were right with everything you said, and I was backing everything you mentioned when it came to destroying the silo.
Yeah. And because if you think about it, you got a lot of smaller nonprofits coming up in the city that is addressing different issues and concerns that they have, and you have other nonprofits that's been working in that field for a couple of months, and they
Mm-hmm.
don't network. They
Mm-hmm.
can have connections where they can have larger scale events going on
Mm-hmm.
and really promote the issues that they're working with, but they don't talk to one another. They don't communicate, and everybody, not everybody. God forgive you. Never say everybody. Some people have their own little cliques, and if you not a part of that clique, and if somebody in that clique don't like you, then y'all not gonna work together. And I feel like I told them, and I told that young man Wednesday when he kept asking me about a certain situation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if I like or don't like somebody. If you're working on a greater good for my community, we gonna work together and we
Right.
gonna make sure we get things done.
Right.
Right.
That's just it. We need to work together. But we would like to hear from the community. If anybody has anything to say, please give us a call at 414-444-5250.
Yeah. So thank you. Appreciate that. For us, before we go off the Black Advocacy Weekend or see Weekend Day in Madison, we got some time to build some camaraderie between us three. We
Mhm.
had a good time,
We
and
did.
that was fun. I mean,
Yeah.
just being able to kind of break away and
I'll use my quote that I use in the office all the time when we're kind of sitting there talking. I say we're team building.
yeah.
Sometimes we're just talking about the last game, or we're
Right.
talking about what we did last night. But ever since I came to Wisconsin Voices, I always brag about this team and how great we work together. And like Latoya was saying, when we're focused on the goal and the mission at hand, we're going to work with anybody. And that's just kind of the way we do it in the office. That's the way we do it outside the office. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the Wisconsin Voice theme there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love my team. I love my team.
Yeah, going
I
outside.
brag on my team.
Yeah,
All the
yeah, it's
time.
nice. It's nice being able to
Yeah.
have a group that you can work with like that, and even going on trips like that where you gotta go up, go up to a 68, 69, 70 mile ride up to the
72
capital.
miles
72 miles. Yeah.
to Madison.
Okay. Yeah, being able
Right.
to break away and still have that same connection, it was cool. So yeah, thank you for making it fun. So before we get to some other topics, etc., we gonna talk about the young man, and we want to make sure that we let it be known about Mr. Andre Richards, the guy we talked about a couple days ago. He did end up raising a substantial amount of money after his accident. I thought that was did you hear about, did you see the update on that?
I did see the update.
Yeah.
I also saw that he had insurance that's going to cover that, and they also, at the last I checked, I think they raised $30,000 in addition to what he was going to get from the insurance, which is great. That means he's going to be back out there and back on the road. So
Yeah, definitely. I think that
Yeah.
our city showed up and showed out wherever it came from. It was given to an individual that is obviously working hard to do his thing out here, and give a great meal to the folks, in an area that's pretty accessible if you floating through Milwaukee for the most part, or if you are a downtown east side dweller, or even just a east sider overall. Or for me, I grew up right down the street off of Hampton, so that's just one of them places I know a lot of people from my area that I grew up in probably patronize. I thought it was cool that we actually showed up that quick. How it was
Yeah.
done. It wasn't one of those situations where you see it hanging for 2-3 days at $150 or something. So
the community steps up when needed.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
their
that's-
own. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and he's been a kind of a staple in the community, at least since I've been here. I went by his truck every day going
Yeah.
to work. So
Mhm.
yeah.
It's really great to see the outpouring of support from the community for
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, so the guy that owned the Gubbo Valley truck that used to be on East Capitol a lot.
I was looking for that truck.
Yeah.
Somebody hit it.
Somebody hit it.
Yeah, somebody yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
did. You
I
got.
think we talked about it on the last show. But
Yeah.
we talked about.
But you
Right.
still got to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so-
Our bad for
I
not
was just over there looking
recapping.
for that truck. Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
recap.
Yeah.
I was just over there looking for that truck. While he was in
Really?
it.
He was closing up. Yep.
Oh wow.
Getting ready to close up.
Yeah, so it was an individual. I think she was arrested for OWI. and he's gonna bounce back though and be
Yeah.
stronger this time. Probably a full huge truck this time. Make that
Yeah.
bad boy
Right.
orange represent the same way this time. Put some steel reinforcement bumpers on that bad boy. You can buy those. They got them. I look at them. They got them for every truck. If you want to reinforce your vehicle, you can get them steel bumpers. For my people out here who really got a little extra money to spend that's listening, get you them steel reinforced bumpers that they got on some of them truck websites. You won't go wrong at all. You can move anything and anyone out the way if you need to, if you got the power. And just real quick, I just want to say, because we kind of knew this probably should have happened last year. We see McConnell's stepping down from the Senate Republican seat after, of course, being around for a very long time.
Older than me.
Yeah, right.
Longer than my
And
age.
Reagan being on Reagan's, I think, saying something. He was
when you freeze at the mic, that's a clue that
It might be time to
it's
call
time
quits.
to go, man.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, twice too. It wasn't even
that we
anything.
know of. We
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. He might be freezing at home.
Yeah. Oh no, if you're doing it in front of 300 million people, and then everybody seeing it across the world times 300 million people that's probably watched it in other countries. They seen that, people watch this. They seen it. They already know what it is. So yeah, I didn't know, as far as the history is, he had just been around from that. We that Reagan era or something like that.
Yeah,
Been around
yeah.
a long time.
Came
know
in
what it is,
during
and
the Reagan era.
Yep, and that's all I got to say about that. So we see he's stepping down. We ain't got nothing else to
Deuces.
say about that. Yeah. Yep. We got any events before we get to our guest for the first guest. We just talk about any events. We got any events going on this weekend that y'all or anything that's coming up through the community that we need to put on watch that y'all seen?
I haven't really just being busy for yesterday's events at the Capitol. I haven't really looked to see what events they have going on right now.
Yeah.
Let
All
me
right.
look.
Well, real quick, if you got any events that we need to highlight this week, let us know. I know our second guest will definitely give us an event to highlight. But if you got any questions, comments, call us at 414-444-5250. We're on WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM with BA Voice at Wisconsin, right? Wisconsin Voices with Wisconsin Voices.
Do you know if they coming for sure?
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices BA Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org.
Wisconsin Voices 3 pillars: protecting democracy, teaching advocacy, building community.
You're listening to WNOV 860 and W293CX 106.5 Milwaukee.
You are now listening to Wisconsin Voices, Be a Voice Radio.
Good morning, Milwaukee. We are back on 860 AM, WNOV, 860 AM. We always got to clear that up. 106.5 FM, Be a Voice Radio with Wisconsin Voices. We got a caller, it looks like, on the line. Caller, you are live. Hello, caller. You're live. All right. Well, call back in when you're ready. So we got one of our partners in here, stand-up guy, been having us working with him, and it's been fun, and it's been informative at the same time, getting an understanding of other people's circles when you work with organizations, because usually they have a crew that they working with is pretty solid, but this guy had been standing pretty tight, standing pretty tall himself by himself, alongside, of course, one partner that come in. I'll let him talk about.
Well, I'm not, by myself. It's just, I've learned to be a little bit more discreet.
Okay. So who you are, what you do, and all that good stuff that comes with you.
I'm Sean Moore, man. I'm an activist, advocate, father, son, uh, resident, old man. I mean,
Oh man.
yeah.
Old man still moving like a
I'm
young
enjoying
man.
getting old. Yeah,
You still moving well though.
I try.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I try.
So with
Gotta stay active.
with your background and what you're doing and the way that everything is going, why are you doing these activities and moving around like a young man these days?
Uh, I'm from Milwaukee. I mean, and looking out this window, that's Capitol Drive, right?
Right.
I ran up and down these streets. This was my strip.
Right.
This was our strip, right?
Mhm.
I take pride in Capitol. I take pride in both sides of Capitol. I take pride in my city.
Right.
And I just believe that as one of the many people that played a part in messing our city up,
Mhm.
it's my responsibility to play a bigger role in trying to fix some of what we helped take place.
Like that. I remember when I first met you, one of the first things you asked me was, do you feel like the OGs from like your era was really showing that, support or gave us that, that extra up? And I said, well, besides like, maybe my grandparents and my uncles, it really wasn't too many OGs outside of them that I was learning things from.
Yeah.
And I was just learning hard work from them. And that the women were the ones showing out my family. So before we go to the next question, we got a caller on the line. I want to see who we got here. Hey, caller, good morning. Are they gone? All right.
You got to catch it when they first
Yeah.
come.
Yeah. They
When
just
I point to you.
yeah. So, Sean,
Yeah.
what are some things that you feel are needed on this Capitol Drive? Capitol Drive is it has its areas that outshine others. But what would you see in that area of Capitol Drive that you say you help? I want to say
We need more community-based businesses.
okay.
Right. We need businesses that have community owners. We need businesses that are willing to work together with the community
All right.
to restore Capitol Drive. And I'm working with some brothers. We talking now about trying to implement something like that.
Okay.
It's the Capitol Drive Collective. So it's in the beginning stages, and we're gonna see.
Okay. Yeah. Outside of the Capitol Drive Collective,
Yes.
I know you're doing some things and you work with organizations yourself. What and you have an organization yourself and the team that you work with. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's CUP. It's Community United for Peace and Progress Coalition. It's actually a coalition, and I work with parents who have foundations, organizations, any organization who's involved in preventative measures to some of the violence that's taking place, that has affected them, etc. And we're also about to start focusing more on traffic violence. So
Go a little bit more into that, Sean, about the traffic violence, because we all see that every day. God rest their soul, but two women lost their life last night. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How?
We often look at violence as gun violence, violence against each other physically, right? But what we never really look at is that vehicle and the violence that vehicle can deliver. Once you reach a speed of 30 miles plus, that vehicle is now a weapon. that is no
Mhm.
longer just
That's
a
true.
form of transportation,
That's true.
Mhm.
right?
I
That
totally
becomes
agree with
a
that.
weapon.
That's true.
So we on Capitol Drive. It's one of the major strips in the high injury network.
Yeah, one of the worst streets to drive down.
Yes,
Have
it's
a
like
lot of the most
highway.
accidents.
It's
Right.
like the highway. So looking at it with the job I do now, I'm able to look at data, statistics, crash analysis, and the data, man, is last year alone, Wisconsin had 5,345 traffic deaths. Wisconsin did,
Yeah.
right? I understand we had 200 homicides, and that's terrible, right?
Yeah.
But 5,345 traffic deaths for a state.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And most of those deaths occurred in or around communities of color.
Mhm.
I was just finna say Milwaukee, most
Right?
likely.
Yeah. I'm sure Milwaukee had at least
Dane
what,
County,
2,000.
Kenosha, Racine, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yet we don't talk about that. We don't focus on that. And
I agree.
our children, those that are still children, they don't drive. They ride the bus, they walk, they bike, they skateboard, right? We don't talk about this, about keeping them safe from that.
That's true.
Right.
That's
Every
true.
car is potentially a weapon. It's a bomb that's going to destroy your family.
And then something else I think about when I'm thinking about this summer, because every day that it's been warm out here, I love to see the young men and women that's traveling together on the tripod bikes, the scooters and bikes, and a group of them, like a good 7 to 10, be on the little scooters, like the dirt scooters. They were out there the other day, and they were doing tricks on those scooters. And all I thought about for the safety of them, I said, "Oh, this summer is gonna be so," because people flying and they gonna end up hitting one of them, and they doing they tricks and just playing, having fun, trying to have fun in different ways.
With the organization and with the job I have now, I'm with the Wisconsin Bike Fed and the Milwaukee Walks program. I want to really focus on educating people around traffic safety in a way that we haven't looked at it.
And I was going to ask you to make another comment as well about, or go more in depth about your time with the organization and what they exactly do.
I just started working with them.
Okay.
And I'm blessed.
Okay.
That they gave me this chance. The Wisconsin Bike Fed is focused on pedestrian, bicyclist, scooter safety, on traffic safety, preventing traffic deaths, preventing accidents. We often think, oh, this is, it's the Wisconsin Bike Fed. They only in the white communities. Well, they're not, but we don't talk about it. Right. And I'm glad that I have this opportunity to help educate us, because I used to ride bikes. I still ride bikes.
Our
Me and my
bikes.
Me and my guys still ride our dirt bikes.
I love to ride.
I love to ride.
We ride our dirt bikes like we, you know what I mean? So, but we don't talk about those dangers. And these streets, they belong to the bike riders too. They belong to the pedestrians too, right? They belong to those riding scooters. I would rather see you on a scooter than a bike anyway. Well, than a car.
No.
I would rather see you on a bike because I ride bikes. But you know what I mean? Great exercise.
Good for the environment.
And you get to,
and that's the perfect point.
Man,
it helps the environment too as well.
And you get to explore,
and we reduce traffic,
people. And it reduces traffic, so it's going to reduce those traffic deaths
and emissions.
Those
not right now. You know what I'm scared of? if
our
we
world
can
safer.
change this, it will.
We
because the
can.
people riding bikes, these people don't even pay attention to them. I'm like,
Right.
pay
have to feel-
attention
you
to
have to
people.
feel safe.
Yeah.
If you're going to be out there biking in the road,
Pay
you have to feel safe.
Hey,
You have to feel
it's
safe.
serious, because even somebody, in the office that works with one of our partners that we work with, one of the young ladies that rides every day to the office, she got hit right around the corner from here, and somebody
Are you
kept
talking
going.
about in your office or across?
One of the offices.
Sarah? Well,
Yeah.
because
I don't even want to
listen,
put people's names
no, but
and
listen,
stuff like
I
that. But
get the accident reports.
Oh,
Yeah,
right?
but
And I can see
he didn't
this
want
thing.
to put her
Well, I'm not gonna say her
name out
last
there.
name.
right.
I ain't gonna say her
Yeah.
name. But we need to bring focus to people like
Yeah,
her.
but that's true though. I mean, no,
Riding
I'm
her bike
no,
and
I-
got
was just
hit, and the
Sarah,
person kept going.
We ain't got to say her last name,
right.
but we need to start personalizing these victims of these accidents.
Right.
We don't, and that's why there's no focus on them,
I feel
because
you.
it's another person got hit. No, listen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
I ain't
could have
know you
lost their
about it.
life, or they lost their life. What
Yeah.
are we gonna do about it?
And why is it getting to the point where parents are starting to not buy bikes for their kids because
they're
know
not being able to
they're
be kids.
scared
They're
that
scared
their
to let 'em
kids gonna
out.
be out there riding and end up
Yeah.
getting hit by one of these people
Yeah.
driving crazy.
And I agree. It feel like I grew up riding heavy. I was one of those that learned how to ride real young. And my
I
dad, he
did
showed,
too.
yeah, and it's just, I was able to go everywhere, and luckily I was in
Yeah.
an apartment complex where I was able to ride with the freedom. But as I got older, I was all across the city riding.
That's
where
what
you
I
wasn't
was
supposed
finna
to be.
say. Because
They
to
can't
be honest
kids.
with you, I grew up right on the east side on Richards and Concordia.
Yeah.
I used to ride to Carn Park. I had a pink bike with the banana seat. And had the little basket in the front.
Yeah.
And I would put my blanket, my lunch. My mother would make me a sandwich and all this stuff. I would go to Carn Park, put out my little picnic stuff, and sit down and play with my friends and stuff. And ride our bikes all over the city, go everywhere. And right now, today, I have I have 7 grandchildren, and I promise you, I don't think about buying them a bike because I'd be like, oh my God,
do.
no,
I do.
I don't want somebody to
want
get hurt.
them and now especially because I'm learning more, right? And I'm also learning about how important it is to our health and our well-being to have these alternate forms of transportation. We got a caller.
Yeah, we got a caller coming in. Caller, we about to get to you. Hold on one second.
And
Joe made a perfect
about
point
cup too,
when
so
he said, but Joe made a perfect point when he said it would help with the environment as well. But we got a caller on the phone, so caller, let's hear what you got to say. Let's hear your voice.
What is it? Like 12? Good afternoon, almost.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. This is I say my name, Ivy. My name is Mr. Ivy Moore.
All right,
Mr. Moore, how you doing?
Afraid to say these names because there's a lot of people out here. Names need to be said, but the bike situation, we got to just police our neighborhoods, you dig, or your block.
Yeah.
Don't defer your kids from not riding a bike.
Right.
I did the same thing you used to do. I'm sorry you couldn't roll with us. We was rolling.
Yeah.
Down the trail 76, baby bonsai to the lake.
Yeah. Road to the lake
no
plenty
problem.
of times. Yeah.
But today it's just like a madhouse.
Yeah.
And if you're from Milwaukee, you know it wasn't like this.
No.
It wasn't like this when we was coming up.
Yes, sir.
It started happening in the 90s.
Yeah.
When they started taking the basketball courts down off the parks.
Yeah.
And I remember a situation, my son come to the house like, Pop, they took the basketball courts down. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I said, okay, go to the school. They done took those down too.
Right.
I'm like, what do y'all have for our kids? We need to start saying these people's names who. Let me calm down. We need to get to the root of all this.
And you are correct.
I'll be all over Wisconsin, and it teased me off to see these neighborhoods out here. And when you come to the inner city, it's just the roughest.
Yeah.
But it's gonna take us to fix it.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna take no money. It's just gonna take us police in the neighborhoods.
Yep, and standing up for the right causes,
Yeah.
like you said, policing our neighborhoods and not letting letting these young people with these destructive minds just have their way in our communities.
You know,
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Appreciate you, bro. With the
Wait, hold on.
right now?
We got another caller. That
okay.
caller was on there for a minute, so I don't want to hold him.
Yeah.
What you got? Let us hear your voice, caller.
Yes, good morning. Once again, I don't know what happened to the phone, but I'm saying good morning, Mr. Sean Moore.
Good morning.
And I still have a dirt bike myself that I ride.
My man.
Nice.
My man.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes, sir.
I'm not kidding you. Yep.
Well, we need to
but
get an
the one
event
thing-
going on riding our bikes together.
Yeah, that's what we used to do.
Yes, sir.
And I still have one.
Which
And
one you got?
As it relates to exercise and physical fitness.
Which one you got?
Todd, which one you got?
What you got, Todd?
What is this? It's a Kent. It's green too. Hold on, let me look. Hold on, I can look for real in real time.
You got a 90s dirt bike,
And it
Todd,
got
or you
the
got an
spin.
80s dirt bike?
It's a Chaos Kent 20. Y'all.
Yeah, you had to get you something
FS.
else to ride with us, Todd.
You know, it got-
We ain't doing that, Todd. Todd, we not doing Todd.
I'm looking
Todd, we
at
not
it.
doing that,
And
Todd.
I
We
do
not
it in
doing.
real time.
Todd, listen, man, you gotta at least have because it's you.
No,
I'm gonna let you get
PK
away
Rippers,
with huh?
Mongoose,
Yeah, you know you gotta.
Diamondback.
Because that's what we
Come on,
riding
man.
still.
Come
You gotta
on,
at least
man.
have
I
a
just need
GT,
bicycle,
bro.
man. That was we was fashionable back then.
We still got them though.
I don't
Hit me
man, I
later.
can't
I'm gonna
afford
put
that
you up
stuff.
on
I
some that,
ball
where,
on the
where you can
budget.
find some cheap,
Come on, man.
right? Man, take it to KG. He'll give you some parts. You know. So
You said who?
KG, Kevin Gray. We
Uh-huh.
still got parts and everything, man. But you can't come ride with us and you got a Kent.
Hey, listen, I don't even do it like that, man.
Oh,
Come
okay,
on, man.
okay.
You know
All
I
right,
do
yeah.
music 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you, bro.
I'm bam bam. You know
I'm just
I'm
messing
playing
with you.
piano.
I'm just messing with
Todd,
you.
you know we gonna
I'm
joke
just
around
messing
with
with
you
you
all
all
the
the
time.
Yeah, I'm live, indirect.
And you know
wanna
what?
Say that.
You know what though? Maybe 9 months ago, if I would have knew, I would have gave you.
Todd, you can't get
I
no
just
record
gave away
deals
4
today, man.
frames, bro.
Ain't no record deals today, Todd. We ain't giving out no record deals today.
All right, bye, man. I love y'all.
that.
Happy Friday
Joe,
to you, Todd.
Brian,
Right. Thank you.
Tian, I see y'all.
All right.
I
We
love
got
you.
people- we got
Much
people in
love.
today.
Yeah.
So just to finish
Hey,
up real quick before we take the break, just can you give us a little bit
About Summit.
about the summit and what's
Summit.
going on?
Okay, so we in the final steps of finalizing the summit to kick off a safe summer. We call it a safe summer initiative. I'm working with some other people. I'm working with y'all.
Who you working with? Was it?
I'm working with y'all.
Who was that?
Who are we with?
Wisconsin Voices,
Oh,
Thank
right?
you,
there
sir.
we go.
Appreciate it.
Voices, right? Who was the first organization to really
Support.
take the idea, right, and support
Mhm.
the idea and say, you know what, we believe in the idea. We want to work with you to make this happen. And the summit is a 1.5 day event. First day is registration, meet the facilitators, the agenda, get to know what's going to happen the next day. The next day, we're going to start with breakfast, and then we off and running with 6 breakout sessions that we will rotate through. We're going to have jobs there, guaranteed jobs. We trying to get the colleges involved. You got to call us.
Yeah, we got a caller.
Okay.
Go ahead, caller.
I just called. Listen, y'all got people that got bikes because I miss my bike, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. I need a trekker, or a GT, or I need a bike with big wheels. Because
So
the last
I got
time I tried to ride my little cousin bike, I got on that bike and I went like 4 feet, and the wheels collapsed on me. I mean, they just smashed. I mean, they laughed at me. I mean, the bike just the rim just collapsed.
You was too big for it.
Way too big.
I mean, you got the connections on that, right, Sean?
Big old tire.
So the bike fair does do giveaways. Sometimes you would have to look on the website for that, but I may be able to help you out, man. My phone number is 414.
Wait, we on the air.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh.
Yeah.
888 0693. 888-0693. Everybody got my number.
Hey,
Anyway,
Sean gonna
man.
get some
I don't care
calls
about
tonight.
that.
Like,
I
Sean
don't care
like
about that.
me. I'll put
I
my
don't care about
number
that.
on there. If you need help
yeah.
and I can get you on them networks, I'll do that.
And
That's
if I
what
can't
this
help you, I'm
about.
gonna tell you, hey, I
Sean
don't do
gonna have
that.
somebody calling late night. Like, yeah, I
But
heard you on the radio.
the summit, we wanna. The purpose of the summit is.
In front of you. I meant to go that way.
No.
Yes,
He's
sir.
still talking.
Well, thanks for calling in.
Well,
Sean.
thanks for calling in, Mr. Moore.
So,
right, so
Mr. Moore, real quick, I
Yeah.
had one more just to add, because that was Ivy. He says Ivy Moore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can contact Northwest Side CDC as well. When we went to that event last week, Sean, they did say that they was had some organizations that they work with too that to get a
They
bike.
give
So,
bikes away.
so come up to Wisconsin Voices, come say what's up to us, and then once you leave from us, go over to Northwest Side CDC and talk to Denitra, and she should be able to help you out because she's working with the Soul Road. The Soul Road, which is a bike event, and we're going to be working with them as well because it's a great event. Plus, it's going to help all of us keep that heart pumping. I'm going to even get one of my auntie. I'm going to get my auntie out, and then hopefully I'm going to grab my little sister and maybe some friends of mine.
I'll make sure they can fit these bikes.
Yeah,
and let me give y'all this shout out. Come to Wisconsin Voices, or you can go to our webpage. Or Facebook.
What's our webpage?
Our webpage is is wisconsinvoices.org.
Yeah.
And then also our office is located in the center of the city at Century City Towers at 4201 North 27th Street.
That's right.
Yeah, on the 7th floor. So y'all can come up there. And we're really about community. We're really about networking and really getting people out of say that word, Brian. I ain't good at
which one? The silos.
Silos.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Getting people out them silos. I'm gonna say it wrong unless I hear somebody else say it.
It was funny when you said cyclones the other day. I was like, I was gonna wait until you asked me about it.
Speak on the silos.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because that's another.
Well, speak on it when we come back from the commercial, okay?
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices, BA Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org. Wisconsin Voices 3 pillars: protecting democracy, teaching advocacy, building community.
WNOV 860 and W293CX 106.5 Milwaukee.
Please join Wisconsin Voices every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. We will be focusing on community partnerships, voter education, and long-term collective impact for all Wisconsinites.
All right, welcome back. We are on WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM, via Voice Radio with Wisconsin Voices. We got a quick prize we can give away, 414-444-5250, a couple prizes. Quick question, this is the question for the prize, and we want you to call in and get this prize whenever you're ready. Again, 414-444-5250. Give us one of our guests that we had on this week. If you were listening this week, who was our guest? And we'll get you right back after our interview that we have coming up. We have one of our partners that is about to tap in with us right now. Now, we work with an organization called X Fabula. And X Fabula, what they do is they give opportunity for people in the community to tell their stories through storytelling. And, I'll give Miss Shine the opportunity to really, tell about the organization. I think she's on air with us now. Good morning, Miss Kim. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning to you guys. How's it going?
It's going.
I'm well. I'm actually traveling right now. I'm I'm going to go see my dad, so I'm on the road. So I hope everything sounds good.
Yeah, you're a real daughter. You're going to see Pops. I know he's excited. Have a great weekend, and hopefully it stays
Safe
sunny the whole
travels.
weekend, so y'all can really get out here and eat good. And you know, are you going pretty far?
I know, just Chicago.
Chi-town.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you good. Y'all about to have a good
All the
time.
food
Yeah,
there.
you good. We ain't got to worry about nothing. So thanks for calling in. We just really want to know
More
about
about your
organization
organization.
with the X Fabula and what you got going on. Before we get into the new project, just go ahead and tell us what you got.
Yeah, so Exfabula is a storytelling group that's been around, I believe, since about 2009 or so. And it really is just bridging the gap between different communities and different people through true stories. Because a lot of people, think that we're all different and we're all doing different things, which somewhat is true. But you learn that everyone is similar and we all kind of want the same thing, which is peace and happiness and prosperity. You learn that through telling your actual true stories.
So how's it set up when it comes to the storytelling? When people are actually able to come in and talk about things that they're that they want to talk about, what type of structure or setup have you seen with in X Fabula and the some of the events that you've participated in?
So if you come to an Exfabula event, it's basically set up where 10 people throughout the night, you put your name in the hat if it's just a regular slam, and you get picked. You get 5 minutes to go on stage, tell a story about the theme of the night, and yeah, if it's a competitive slam, they'll pick the winner, and that person will go on to the slam at the end of the year. But if it's just a regular show, you just come up, have a good time, and then that's pretty much it.
All right. Do you remember any themes from any of the shows that you went to?
Yeah, actually, I was volunteering at one of them. It was about hair. And I told a story myself about the time when I was working in a previous industry, and I don't wear wigs.
Okay.
And I told the story about when I wore a wig and it actually took out some of my hair.
Okay.
And
And I was
I'm
like,
with
oh
you
my
on
God.
that. Shout out. I don't wear wigs either.
I mean, it was definitely. I learned a lot. It's like I will never do these things that I did before. But if you wear wigs, it's okay. Just make sure you know what you're doing.
Yeah. To each his own. You right. If you wear wigs, no pun to you, but just I'm like you. I'm not good with them. Head get the itch and I'll pull it off.
But yeah, all of our themes can be anything. It can be hair. It can be um, fear. It can be love. It can be anything that you experience in life. And that's kind of where the After Dark for the Culture series came from. Because I've been a volunteer and a story coach and whatnot with Exfabula for a few years now.
Okay.
But I work for Hyphen and Radio Milwaukee.
Nice.
And so I wanted to create something where Black and brown people can come on stage and tell their stories in a safe space, because Exfabula does encourage that and embraces that, and it's a safe space in its own. But sometimes we need our own spaces. And so myself and Aaliyah McCadden, we came together, created this idea, and that's what we're talking about now.
Yeah, I do really appreciate X Fabula. Because some people may not want to go to traditional, and I don't want to get too deep into the mental health side, but some people may not want to go to like a traditional a therapist, but you can go there and actually tell your story in a space where you feel comfortable. I attended my first X Fabula event when I was working for Food Share program, and that's how I found out about the organization. That was back in like 2015, maybe 20. I think it was. I'm trying to think what I was driving at the time. I always got to think about what type of car I had, and I think it was either 2016, 2017. Actually, I think about it, and I went there and I told a story about just my experience just being a Black male and some of the experiences I personally had, and it was a story that I was able to open up, and at the time I was the only Black male in the room in that space, and everybody was cool. Everybody enjoyed the story. They appreciated me for just stepping out my comfort zone and being able to tell a story. And we sat in kind of like a little circle, and it was on the south side. I think it was off of National or somewhere over there at the time. But yeah, it was this opportunity for you to really share. And I think that all three of us in here, Debo included, Carby, everybody got a story. You would actually enjoy it, one experience. It looks like they stepped their game up big time since when I went back in 2015, 16 to stages now. So
Yeah, that's what's up.
yeah. So looks like we pretty much lost
She
Miss
lost her.
Shine,
She
but
driving.
yeah, but it's all good, Miss
Lost the
Shine. We
connect.
thank you for calling in. Either way, from X Fabulous, we do want to hear a little bit more about your project. So if you can call back in, please do that. Caller 414-444-5250. Give us an individual we had on the show this week. Tell us who it was. You know, at least one person. We got a couple prizes for you. So again, 414-444-5250. All right. So what y'all got going on this week? We got another busy week ahead of us.
Oh yeah, we got the youth program next week.
Tell us about that.
So our youth program started last week.
Where did it start at?
At Wisconsin Voices.
Mm-hmm.
And we had 15 youth ages from 14 to I think it was 22 that came.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we really designed the program to educate them on life factors when they're growing up, making those decisions, anywhere from knowing their rights to healthy behaviors, healthy communication styles, a lot of different things. But we have a caller on the air.
Caller. Good morning. Good morning, caller. You are on the air with WNOV 860 AM, Be a Voice, Wisconsin Voices. Who are we speaking to?
Hey, my name is Leah.
Hey, Leah.
Hi, how y'all doing?
All right,
good. Pretty good. Happy Friday to you. What's going on with you?
Happy Friday to y'all too. I've been tuning in to y'all show and I absolutely love it. It's part of my morning ritual.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. Thank you. Thank you.
And you stated something about two names that were mentioned.
Yeah, you just give us one. Just one.
One of our partners that was on this week.
Yeah.
Brandon Triggs.
Yeah. One of my boys I love to kick it with as well. Brandon Triggs. Yes.
Brandon do amazing work in the community.
Yes, he was busy this week helping people in multiple areas, whether it was a pantry at Atkinson, helping people move this week. So we do again want to highlight Mr. Brandon Triggs of helping the kids better themselves and the village with Keon as well. So you are correct. And
if you can hold on, we'll get your information so you can come and pick up your prize at Wisconsin Voices. Absolutely. And get to see the organization.
Yeah.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for calling in. So yeah, we appreciate
what's
that.
Your
All right. Yeah.
All right. So that was good. I'm glad that Be a Voice is really helping people in the community learn how to be a voice, learn how to actually engage their community and be involved, because it's going to take all of us. I like what Sean said earlier, and the caller that called in, Mr. Moore. I like what he said. And that's really, really true. We're going to have to police our neighborhoods, and we're going to have to let these people that really think it's okay to be reckless, we're going to have to let them know it's not okay to be reckless in driving. It's not okay to be reckless with this violence and shooting off these guns. I am tired of looking at the news and hearing little babies getting shot and killed. We really got to do better. I'm tired of looking at the news and having all these car accidents. I used to live on Capitol off of 46. And I'll never forget, I was sitting on the porch one night, and all I knew is this car was red. I couldn't even tell you what make and model the car was because they were going so fast that all I heard was you just hear them screeching up the street. And they got from 46 to 60 in, I say, about 20 seconds, how fast they was going. And just think about Capitol from 46 to 60.
Yeah.
They was flying. So we got to get better at this.
I was I mean, not Capitol is, not like you said, that's one of those obvious streets that's pretty rough when it comes to traffic. One night, this story real quick, just as we talking about reckless driving. One night I was walking back from Casablanca on Brady Street like 2 years ago, and maybe 3 now, and it was like 1:50, 2 o'clock in the morning, and a white Infinity was on Brady. I know that Infinity had to at least be doing 85, 90 miles an hour, and then it was a police chasing it after.
Thank
But
you.
it was so quiet, and then to see a car doing above freeway speeds was crazy to me. So yeah, that they do it on single streets. They do it on the single lane roads. They do it on these double lane roads like crazy. And these roads are not even flat. The surfaces, if you look at right here at the intersection of 20th, it's a big dip that I hit every time that I'm coming this way. And people hit it from both directions, whether you're coming south on 20th or if you're going east on Capitol. So, not only is it not safe, it's the roads. I mean, not only is it not safe to drive that fast, the roads are not even in all areas on Capitol. You already know that it gets ugly in certain spots.
The infrastructure
is
pitiful here and across this whole state.
Yeah.
And I just we were thinking about events, and I see an organization that's doing a mass moral march and assembly tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. at the Capitol. So Wisconsin State Capitol at 10:30. The poor people, the Wisconsin Poor People's Campaign, a national call for moral revival. Um, they're literally let's join together to demand living wages, voting rights, health care, fully funded public education, a healthy environment, clean water, affordable and decent housing, and end the war on the economy, genocide to people across the world, and they want to protest at the Capitol to end poverty and more. So their protest is pretty much about everything that our partners really work on, everything. So I'm giving that shout out to them because all our partners, say that word again, Brian.
Being in the
silos. We need to come out these silos and support like that campaign. That's about the work that everybody in the community wants to see happen, wants to see go on. So we all need to go out, support, and stand up and really be involved. And that's where we need to, is to those politicians to start really working on stuff that's really important in our communities.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Mhm.
All right. For me, for this week, I think we'll just be bouncing ideas and helping Sean finish up with his Boys to Men Summit. We'll talk about, of course, we got the show again this week, which should be great. Also, we're going to make sure we get somebody from X Fabulous to get on with the call drop so we can finish up that conversation about a project they're working on, which I think it'd be fun for us and fun for the community as well. So, again, we want to say thank y'all. God bless y'all. We love Milwaukee.
Register to vote.
I was just going to say, anything about voting you got to say,
we
Joe?
We can't go one whole show without me talking about voting.
Absolutely.
Early voting starts March 19th. Get out there and register. Get out and vote and vote early. Your voice matters.
All right. Yeah. Well, from our team at Wisconsin Voices, this is Be a Voice at WNOV 860 106.5 FM. Thank you for tuning in and happy Friday.
Be a voice with Wisconsin Voices.
Have a safe weekend, y'all.
He told you to say that.